Peggy 18.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to an attempt number 5 of trying to record episode 18 for the Banner Saga. I have tried to defeat Bellower on multiple occasions now, and my ass got handed to me on a silver, golden, and any other type of a platter, so this is gonna be actually kind of a tricky situation. You see, we will need to use a lead in order to use the silver arrow which we were able to obtain on the previous episode. But for that, we will need to get Bellower down from his armor of 20 or something to 5 or so. And he's not alone on the battlefield. There are other Dredge who are trying to support him. So we're gonna have to take some form of a party that is able to take punishment, but also be able to dish out punishment. So what I've tried lately and had probably most success with was to take Rook, Alet, Morg, Hakon, Adif, and Avent. Unfortunately, as Avent is only able to either heal the armor or do damage with the lightning, after he uses all his magic points, he is not that effective. So I'm not sure if I should try to take a third Varl with me that will be able to accompany me and hopefully try to help me turn the tides towards my positive outcome, or whatever the hell I'm trying to say here. Anyhow, the main problem which I'm dealing with is that basically we will be going through 2 battles. So first of all, we will be battling Bellower and the remaining Dredge, and once we are able to put that silver arrow into him, we'll get into second sequence. Unfortunately, so far I was just unable to defeat him in both of the sequences, so this might be a bit tricky, but maybe with 3 Varl I might be able to survive a bit longer. It's especially tricky due to the fact that there are a variety of ranged attackers from the Dredge party. So let's see if maybe this will work. The silence is what you remember. You rise in silence and walk through empty streets. Upon the wall, 2 armies stand quietly watching each other. Your footsteps echo on the wooden floorboards as you approach Juno. She breaks the silence. "It's time," Juno says. "Gather your allies. Today one thing will end, another will begin, and our actions will decide on which side we stand." Like I said, I actually tried to defeat Bellower on 3 or 4 attempts already, and the first time when I did this, I did not realize that Alet will need to utilize her abilities to get Bellower in that state where we need him, because if we get him to 3 points of armor and 3 points of strength, what will happen is that his health and armor just will keep on regenerating, so he will never truly die before we use that stupid arrow. So this is kind of why I'm a bit afraid. I have tried running with Hogan to see if he can pick off the ranged Dredge, but the main problem at the start of the battle will be especially the fact that Bellower has certain special abilities, and there are some of those big Dredge who can dish out some serious punishment, so we will need some form of a front line in order to be able to defend against them. Also, our priority will be to try and defend Alet so that she can use the silver arrow. So as you can see, Bellower is the big kahuna. In order for us to see the stats, let's turn them on. And as you can see, they have definitely some advantage. They have 2 of the bigger Dredge, 1 normal melee combatant, and 3 ranged units. Now, these guys can throw those pesky explosive rocks. Bellower has this weird ability where he is capable of using this weird type of a shout, and no, this is not the Elder Scrolls, and basically that will push everyone back, reduce all of their stats by 1, and potentially not allow one of your heroes to use the willpower during his attack, and one of your party members to entirely skip their turn. So it's like you don't even have 6 party members, it's like you have only 5 of them, which means they have more turns. So how the heck do we want to do this? I'm gonna probably keep Rook up here because it usually ends up that I am able to start off with him, and I am able to take off some of the armor from this Dredge. The rest of them will be kind of a tricky thing to deal with, especially what we need to watch out for is him, because he is dishing out damage like there is no tomorrow. As I said, we are able to hit the first Dredge over here and reduce his armor. And he has used his ability, and as you were able to clearly see there, everyone was reduced by 1 point for both the strength and both the armor. And here we see that he will definitely be skipping his turn, so let's at least move our Varl forward so that they form the front line. And we are already starting to take some damage here. Okay. So, since you are trying to harm our Varl, let's try to return the favor. I really don't want to overextend too much because that can lead to kind of a lot of issues. Also, Juno will keep saying a lot of stuff, so the bubbles here will tend to block a lot of your vision from time to time if you manage to get to this point of the story. And honestly, based on my experience, I gotta say it's really amazing game. So far, I'm really enjoying the story. Okay, so Bellower is closing the distance. Juno, please shut up. Juno. Okay, let's take out the big boy. I really don't want to move forward too much because if I overextend Hakon, what will happen is that they will try to focus him. But if I don't move forward and try to do the first attack, this Dredge should potentially be able to move in and attack him, which will hurt even more because he has 18 points of strength, and because he has that stupid sword which can vibrate and call in reinforcements. I'm gonna probably have to do something which I might regret eventually. Let's take down some of his strength. Therefore, he will be less usable during combat. Okay, we are gonna move you over here to help out your fellow warrior. Let's take down some of that armor. Bellower should not be able to reach anyone, and here is my main problem. Alette is completely exposed, and if we were to leave it at that, and she would take even more damage, she can die and it's an instant game over. So we really need to make sure that Alette will survive and take as little damage as she can. So now it will be Bellower's turn. Again with the weird screech. Let's move you here. No. God damn it, I really don't enjoy the UI at certain points. Okay, so because he has this icon, he's unable to use the will points, therefore... Oh man, this is annoying. because the Dredge is still left with 4 and 4 stats. We move Hakon forward. We are able to dish out more damage here. How are you looking, my dear? Please kill that thing. Beautiful. Really need to... Oh, Christ on a cross. If a lad gets hit by this dude, she's dead. If she's dead, the engagement is completely over. And we need to now dispose of this guy in order to make sure that he won't hit a lad. Okay, this is bad for him. Yeah, 9 points of... Let's start taking down that armor. He has only 1 point of strength, which really sucks. Juno, shut up. I wanna see how many will points can I use to remove the armor. So he is down to 10. They're gonna throw the explosive stones, so we definitely need to move Hakon and the other Varl elsewhere. He has still 3 points of strength left, but fortunately we were able to prevent him from taking any further damage or calling in reinforcements. We're gonna have to move you away. Unfortunately, they did receive reinforcements. If we move you in here, if you dish out damage to the big guy, that should mean that by the time we have a lad take her turn, she should be able to utilize the arrow. At least I hope so. Let's remove even more strength on Bellower. Okay, and now we should be able to use the silver arrow. And this should move us into the second stage of the engagement. So now we are at the second stage. Even if we have lost someone during the first phase of the combat, we should be able to keep on going. Even with that person, it's just they're gonna be injured, obviously, so their stats are removed. As you can see, Bellower has now different statistics. We have one of the stone throwers, or what's the name of this weird looking class, but we have the big guys over here, so we're gonna have to be kind of careful on how we try to manage to deal with this. I would really hate to lose and by accident click on goddamn start of the engagement. So once again, the ability has been activated. If I move forward and be the first one to deal the damage, with 9 points of strength, I'm not really sure how effective that will be, but he has 11 points of strength, so I'm not really sure how much damage he will be able to dish out as well. If we keep Hakon over here and try to gain some willpower... Okay, so he has overextended himself. Adeve has skipped her turn due to the effects of the Bellower shout. This dude will go somewhere and start doing this weird thing, which I'm still not fully sure of, like, what are the effects of that. I cannot mark the prey. We're gonna end the turn. Bellower will start to move. Oh man, this is if I remove even more of his armor, then the next run with Kurmer should make sure that we are able to dish out a lot of damage. Hakon and Rook will have to move the hell away from those explosive rocks. Okay, so 12 points, that should definitely kill him. Rook needs to move or he will take some stupid amount of damage. Let's move you at least over here. We don't really need more willpower. Damn it, I know finally what he was doing. So he was raising the stats of Bellower. Great. Like, he isn't overpowered enough. If I leave Rook here, he is capable of dealing damage to the big guy. But also, then the big problem will be that the big guy should be able to close in the distance and attack. God, I really hate this ability. Let's get some willpower. The explosive stones have actually hurt the Dredge more. We're gonna move forward here. Juno, please remove the bubble. Thank you so much. Hakon will dish out some damage to this dude. Unfortunately, Adeve has decided to skip her turn yet again. Love it when she does that. Bellower should not be able to reach! Come on, son of a biscuit! That is so unfair. How do you have two turns one after another? What the hell is that? Great. So Hakon is surrounded. I think those explosive stones have been thrown around yet again. We're gonna try to attack Bellower. Our main goal here is the big kahuna himself. Okay. And this is the thing which I was talking about. So usually, no matter what the hell I try to do, he just picks off my team one after another, like it's super conveniently easy. He keeps going again and again and again, and so there is no chance in hell with Adeve to win the engagement on its own. Even if I move here, she is screwed because, well, they will start chasing after her. Can close the distance, can close the distance. Sure, you are able to take out one of them, but because you did not move, Bellower will be able to close the distance, and also this idiot will reset the stats, and Adeve will potentially die here fairly quickly. I'm gonna have to use some of that willpower on her, but yeah, it's game over. Okay, so attempt number 6 or 5 has failed. So we definitely were successful with this run or this party. The problem is that Bellower is crazy, stupid, overpowered, and I hate his guts. If I would try to take Ivor instead of Adeve. So we are talking 3 Varl. Or 4 Varl. And 2 ranged attackers. I don't know. Unfortunately, none of them are like really high level except a Rook. So I'm just trying whatever might work here. Due to the fact that we have such a strong front line, also not really sure how the shouts will affect our party as it is. Let's move you here, that way we're able to at least attack this guy. No, you are unable to attack this guy. That's just beautiful. I'm just gonna move you back. So he will be skipping his turn. Let's just let them come close to us. Move the Vorl a bit forward. Here's the thing. If I would go all the way over here with Ivor, Bellower should be able to close the distance and, like, with one swing, almost entirely kill him. I'm quite sure of that. Not really sure what the hell am I supposed to do here with this roundup, but we're definitely gonna take damage first. Especially big problem will be if the ranged attackers decide to start throwing the explosive stones. Bellower should not be able to reach. Alette should be able to help out here. We are starting to remove some of those stats. It's really not that important for you to take out the Dredge at the start. Also, you kind of have to think about which one you want to attack, because if I would go after the smaller ones, when it will be Bellower's turn, I'm quite sure he will be able to walk up here and attack. So that is why I really don't want to move Ivor in here, because then he's just gonna take the damage and we are just royally screwed. Unfortunately, no matter what I do, Bellower will still be able to move in here. Okay, we're gonna have to sacrifice Ivor. Okay. This is shocking that he has pushed Bellower back. Did not expect to see this. This is gonna cost us 1 will point, but it should be worth it, especially if we take 8 points of strength and hit the ranged Dredge 2. Rook will be moving forward, and so I'm actually afraid here that if Bellower would decide to use that weird ability of his, we're gonna have our forces pushed back. Juno, can you please remove the bubble so I can see something? We really need to be careful with Alette and where we move her, because at the end of the day, if she dies in the first stage of the combat, it's gonna have overall a negative effect. We're gonna move Hakon over here, and he's unable to use the willpower, so let's remove the armor on the big Dredge. Ivor. This is gonna cost you 2 will points. He's gonna go for the explosive stones. That means we definitely need to move the 2 Vorl the hell away. Not sure if Bellower will try to go after Krumer. Let's see down some of these strength points on this fella. and immediately as we can. This is gonna be a problem because he was unable to skip or move because he was forced to skip the turn. Really hope that Alette will not take damage from standing here. And we still want to move Ivor at least the hell away from those damn stones. Yeah, so they were still, unfortunately, both affected. Really need to start dishing out some stupid amount of damage on Bellower. While trying to protect Alette. Let's try to remove that armor. Okay, unfortunately you are unable to move far enough. Unable to use willpower. Let's just do a small strength attack. Rook is probably gonna get completely pummeled. Can you use the... Fortunately, I don't see his freaking stats because something behind him has more of a priority, which makes zero sense. And anyhow, if we do this, Bellower will once again move to grab Alette, and the board will reset itself. I really hope I'm gonna be able to win this time because it's freaking annoying. So the first problem is the stone thrower who is resetting or increasing his stats. The second problem are the remaining Dredge. We have our 4 Varl, and both Rook and Hakon have been injured, so their stats have been reduced. And once again, I'm kind of terrified that our freaking friend Bellower will start using that shout ability, and it's just gonna be really freaking annoying. Let's reduce some of that armor on the big guy. Bellower will be moving forward. He will have his turn after Hakon. So if I move here, that's gonna consume 2 will points. We are able to reduce half of his armor. And I really don't want to move Hakon this much forward. But if we are able to dish out this much damage to the Dredge at the start, that is actually good. If we move you over here and try to remove his stats or reduce his stats, few things might happen. I'm gonna be overextended. He will then go and attack him. And then I'm gonna have to try to catch up with Krumer in order to deal with this dude. But our primary goal here is to try and defeat him, and maybe trying to be a bit more aggressive is what I need to do. Okay, so he used the damn shout. Let's see if you are able to at least get somewhat close. This way, this Dredge has 2 targets to potentially attack. Rook will need to move here, kill this Dredge. The stone thrower will start to do that stupid, annoying thing. Question is, oh man, you cannot move that much forward, huh? I think he might be able to finish his talent, and therefore... Why is Bellower skipping turns suddenly? What the funk is that? Have you seen that? Okay, maybe by using 3... Why do I even try? That's another 4 points of armor down. Yeah, he's down. Fortunately, unable to catch up to this idiot, forcing me to try and damage Bellower. I'm really hoping that damaging Bellower this much will win the overall engagement. It's still 13 points of strength that I need to somehow burn through. Let's remove some of that armor. He will have his turn. Why is Bellower suddenly skipping turns? That is so freaking not fair. Fortunately, we don't have more willpower, so this will be the attack we will be able to do. They should kill this Dredge, but unfortunately I have kind of screwed myself there with standing on those rocks. You run over here, you are still capable of attacking. Removing some of the armor should allow him to dish out more damage. I hate your guts so damn much, and of course he is unable to reach because I did not use the willpower before, so I have technically kind of lost it for myself here. I don't have additional will points. If Rook will have his turn, that's not gonna help me out too damn much. Let's try to run and deal some strength damage. This is our last hope here. If you are able to close the distance and dish out some proper damage here, we just might be able to overall win this. There are still some remaining Dredge to be dealt with, but unless Bellower will skip his turn and move forward again... Holy fudge! Holy fudge! I finally made it! And combat has stopped, which tells me we should have won. Rook, Alette! No! Not her! Where are the menders? Rook, she is beyond their help. Stand up. You're only barely aware of the surrounding chaos as Dredge flee from Varl warriors who push their advantage. Ivor, Bellower is dead. You are not. We must go. Let me carry Alette to Borgsgard. We'll honor her properly. I finally managed to win this engagement, for Christ's sake. Looks like the entire enemy army has left. Juno was right. With Bellower fallen, the Dredge flee the field of battle. You return to Borgsgard, but have almost no memory of doing so, aside from image of Alette's still body being carried in Ivor's arms. Like, Ivor has lost one arm, so... What the heck are you talking about? Okay, let's take a look at the injuries. 2 days, 2 days, 2 days, so that's actually kind of manageable, hopefully. We're gonna have to rely upon our human combatants. But man, this was difficult, and I did not receive even any points for winning this. Event. So, we should have the time we need to finish the ships. Ivor, I think you're right. The Dredge don't seem interested in us anymore. Since Bellower fell, they're been going their own way. Avon, the Ravens have been keeping the docks clear. Juno's talking to them about something now. When those longships are ready, we'll be able to sail all the way to Arbrang. With luck, before the darkness shows up here. Ivor, how far south has it spread? Avent, I couldn't say, hopefully not far. We'll get the prince back to his home, and Hakon has already decided to come with us. Ivor, there's not much else to go back to. The two look up as you approach. Rook, it's time. Soon we'll be ready to leave Borgsgard. Find somewhere safe. One ship is done already at the docks. I had it prepared it for a let. That's even worse butchering of the English than I do. I'm not ready to see this, says Rook. Ivor, come, Rook, it's time to honor your daughter. And that will be it for the first Banner Saga here on Not Your Professional Walkthroughs channel with me, your host Max. We might have seen a different outcome based on if we would decide to let Alette have the silver arrow. If not, I'm guessing maybe Rook would be the one who would suffer the same fate. But I'm not really sure if that would be the same situation. Hopefully I won't get demonetized for the soundtrack playing in the back. But anyhow, this will be it for the Banner Saga on Not Your Professional Walkthroughs channel with me, your host Max. If you did enjoy the episode, please consider giving it a like, as this way more people will be able to come across my content. If you are not already subscribed, consider subscribing, as I publish content on a weekly basis, so you will have always something fun to watch. And I'm gonna wish you a pleasant rest of the day, and hopefully I will see you at the next one, or at least in the comment section. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.